Ashes Reborn is coming out with another solo expansion. This will be the third one this year, or third one in general as well. But they were coming out with a third one, all of them released in 1 year, and we're going to just spend very short amount of time talking about it really quick. All right, here is the page for the new solo expansion or PvE expansion, whatever you decide to play. Red Rains, the Blight of Neverset. So the Red Rains have swept across. Let me zoom in on that. The Red Rains have swept across Argaia, making their way to the Paradise Garden city of Neverset, home to Leo's Sunshadow. This land of eternal sunshine makes its darkest days with the birth of this next chimera. Joining forces with Leo, Astera, Saria, and Mayoni as they fight to dispel this plant monstrosity in the Blight of Neverset. So we see a couple more cards. This looks like a standard level 3. Comes out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threat, 3 ultimate, 30 life. I don't know if that's a lot of life or not yet. But we have the conjured aspect on the battlefield, conjured alteration spell with a unit where it's a bleed, which is going to be pretty interesting. So they show Scarlet Sea conjured aspect. It's a 0/1/0 card, green 3. Grow at the start of the Chimera's turn, remove 1 token from this unit. Then, if there are no status tokens on this unit, discard it to take 1 red range token on the Chimera. That stinks, right? That's a lot of these status cards. I feel like I just have to get rid of as quickly as possible, and this is definitely gonna be one of them. And then the Bleed Conjuration. This unit now has the following ability: Bleed 1 at the end of your turn. Place 1 wound token on this unit. So there's probably gonna be lots of bleeding, and that sounds terrible. This new Chimera takes the Phoenixborn in 2 aspects: Bloom and Thorn. Watch the Bloom aspects blossom into a display of beautiful glory, while the Thorn aspects ruthlessly strike from the darkness and wither away all the Phoenixborn. Wither away all that the Phoenixborn can muster. Jeez. Fight back with an all-new Charm Magic deck, befuddling the Chimera's attacks, bypassing its key defenses, and bringing it to fatigue. Get ready for the next chapter of this cycle, and stay tuned for more preview articles as we draw close to the release of the Blight of the Neverset later this year. All right, so this is going to be a really short video, right? It's really just to talk about the announcement of it and all that fun stuff. But there's a lot of people that ask if it makes sense getting into this game for solo, right? As a solo player, should you get into this game? And personally, I love it. I really, really love this game. I think it's been fun. And a lot of people want to know what the replayability is like, if it's really worth getting into. So with Ashes Reborn, just the master box set, and the Red Rains, the Corpse of Viros one, it's that alone gets you basically the one Chimera, which everyone tends to think that like that Chimera is like really the boss that you're fighting, and it is to a point. I would think of it more like he's just kind of there to like manage the game almost for like the enemy, with like how many aspect cards come out. But there's 2 different aspect decks, and then they can be mixed together. So really there's 3 different combinations of decks that you can make work there, which by itself is okay, right? It's not fantastic, but it's okay. What makes it more interesting now is with the most recent box that we've done a video on before, the Frostwild Scourge. Frostwild Scourge. I think it's Frostwild Scourge. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But with that most recent box, that you now get 2 more decks, that the things change a little bit with like the Chimera and how the Chimera works. All that stuff is really nice, and then now you can mix and match those. You can do different things. So it's nice to see that they're supporting it, because those 2 boxes came out. The second box, the Frostwild Scourge box, just recently came out. The other one came out a few months back, and now this one's going to come out later this year. I think that's really cool. I think it shows that they're really supporting this game. I've heard some people say they're just doing the 3 boxes initially, then we'll see like if it succeeds, they would do more after that. But even if they stopped with these 3 boxes, I think there's still a lot there to kind of bite or sink your teeth into. I think the way that the enemy works is really, really cool, but that's not the main feature of the game. The main feature of the game to me is the Phoenixborn, right? Like how they work and how they play. To me, that's like the most interesting concept of this game. And there are a lot of Phoenixborn in this game. I think there's like 20 some we counted on stream at one point, but there's a lot. And then there's 2 others that add more dice to things and lets you build out more interesting, different, unique things. There's a ton there. And to me, that's where the replayability comes. And a hero pack or a Phoenixborn pack is like $15 at retail. I'm sure you can get cheaper somewhere else or whatever. But that pack to me is what makes the game so unique, right? Is what makes it so interesting. And then that's with their starting decks. And then you start getting a deck building with it, and you start messing around with different things. There's some really cool things you can do in Ashes Reborn. And for me personally, I barely scratched the surface. I probably played a dozen games at this point. But I've scratched the surface, and that's it. That's all I've done. And it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So I would say to most people that yes, you'll probably want both or all three of the Chimera boxes as they come out. You're probably going to want them. But really, what adds depth and layers to this game are the Phoenixborn, right? That's what you're going to want to really invest into, is getting more Phoenixborn out there. So if you're worried about the longevity of the game and like how good it is, there's a lot of hero or a lot of Phoenixborn packs out there. There's a lot. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But it is a little bit expensive for a game that's not totally focused on, solo mode or anything like that. Like, this is nice to see they've supported a fair amount, and hopefully next year they continue to support it. If I ever get news from that, I will let you all know. But it's great. I mean, honestly, it's great to see. It's cool that they're doing this. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited that they're doing a third expansion. I hope they keep doing more. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about this announcement because I know some people are starting to get into it, and I want to make sure that you're aware that they're doing a third expansion, and we'll be playing this more on stream. So if you haven't yet, make sure you follow me over on twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking. Follow me there. Subscribe on this channel, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. I'll see you all next time.